direction.
Hello, we are the Paelk Team. The Paelk Team members are Lindsay, Kate, Josh, Gus, and I am Marco. And we are here to discuss the change proposal we developed. We believe that Sonoma County could be a better and a friendlier place for all bike rides. One of the objectives of implementing this change proposal is having facilities for bike riders. Also, we could have easy access for bike riders to other modes of transportation, and some other objective could be promoting safety among bike riders and pedestrians. And I'm gonna leave the word to my dear friend Josh.
So what's the common road situation? Well, an issue common in Sonoma County is that roadway widths were not built to accommodate all transportation modes, which goes for parking as well. Areas that developed after widespread use of the automobile were generally oriented to automotive travel, which allowed land uses to become further segregated. Subdivisions of home were built all over the county, which incorporated dependency on the automobile. As development sprawled and car ownership grew, use of non-motorized means of travel declined. This low density and segregated land development that car travel enabled is still very much a challenge to the county's non-motorized transportation system. All jurisdictions, the cities and the county, are now in a position of needing to find ways to accommodate bicyclists and pedestrians through retrofitting roadways and constructing new separated pathways like Class 1 pathways. So how do we figure this into commuting? Well, in Sonoma County, job growth is projected to increase by 34% over the next 30 years. In 2010, there were 192,000 employees in Sonoma County. This number is expected to increase to 257,000 by 2040. Currently, Sonoma County stacks up pretty well against the U.S. and state commuter biking populations. Overall, in the U.S., 0.6% of people bike to work. In California, it's 0.8%. In Sonoma County, it's 1.2%. So we're a pretty bike-friendly locale, but we can definitely do better. So let's talk about the current state of infrastructure in Sonoma County. There are 4 classes of bike lanes that we're able to use within the county. Within Sonoma County, there are 91 miles of Class 1, 167 miles of Class 2, and 61 miles of Class 3 bike tracks. In 2008, Sonoma County had more than 241 miles of built bicycle infrastructure, of which the vast majority were in the form of bike lanes on street networks. Since then, more than 74 miles of bicycle infrastructure have been built, of which almost 9 miles are Class 1 facilities, 46 miles are Class 2 facilities, and more than 19 miles are Class 3 facilities. Since 2008, Class 2 facilities were the dominant form of bicycle infrastructure built, which equaled 62% of the overall bicycle infrastructure throughout the entire Sonoma County area. More than 1,000 miles of bicycle and pedestrian facilities are planned to be built, of which more than 500 miles is planned to be Class 2 bike lanes throughout Sonoma County in the years to come.
However, people are unmotivated to commute to work via bike for a few reasons. Either they feel nervous or unsafe about cycling on some of the current bike lane conditions, or maybe their work doesn't have the proper facilities, like a shower or a place to store their bike.
You know how people use the phrase, "it's like riding a bike," to explain how easy something is? Well, I didn't know what they were talking about, at least up until a week ago. Learning how to ride a bike when you're 27 years old is no easy task. I was scared I would hurt myself or someone else. Luckily, I had a supportive team to teach me all the basics and run by my side as I took my first solo strides on a bicycle. I pushed myself to look past those fears and anxieties, and now here I am, a week later, cruising around just for fun on my bike and commuting to school. If a late learner like myself can incorporate bicycling into a daily or weekly commute, anyone can.
We have created the Bike to Brew as a way to help give people the confidence on the road and to encourage more places of work to become more bicycle commute friendly. The Bike to Brew will encourage more recreational bicycle use, which will transform into more confidence on the road and eventually the desire to commute more frequently via bike.
The end product is a Sonoma County Bike to Brew map and stamp card. It incorporates 14 local industries and 5 different loops. This means that on each loop there's 2 to 3 breweries, each offering a discount. When patrons arrive and show their helmet, as well as the Bike to Brew stamp card. They will receive that discount, and then they'll be able to go on to the next brewery. Hello, can you please state your name and occupation?
Hi, my name is Paul Wagner. I am the hospitality manager for Henhouse Brewing Company.
So with this Bike to Brew program, the brewery would get free advertisement, would also be advertising the Sonoma County Bicycle Pedestrian Master Plan, would be increasing the knowledge and awareness of bike routes throughout the county, and it would help alleviate parking space. But in return, the brewery would be offering a discount. Do you think it would be worth it to the brewery that you're a part of to offer a slight discount in order to gain more appeal?
Yeah, I think if I can speak for Henhouse, the kind of company that we are and that we want to be is someone that promotes things that are good for Santa Rosa and things that are good for Sonoma County, and I'm really not aware of any downsides to increased bike riding by people.
Well, I'm going to just show you a brief mock-up of one of the brochures we created. You'll have to scroll down a little, because this is the exterior, and it's a threefold brochure, and then the inside is the map.
Yeah.
And I'd just love to hear your thoughts on it. And if a customer were to present this as well as their helmet, do you think there would be any issues with it, or do you think that it would kind of go well?
Yeah, I think we can do this. I think that this map reads. I think that it's clear. I like the tagline: "Ride bikes, drink beer, get awesome." I think that is really cool, and it's not radically dissimilar from the Santa Rosa beer drinking passport thing that all the breweries in Santa Rosa participate in.
If you think this Bike to Brew program were to be started within Santa Rosa, do you think the local breweries might consider increasing bicycle options for their employees? Do you think there might be a trickle-down effect?
Sure, I think so. If it can be something that can work.
Now, I know what you may be thinking. Is drinking while biking something that you should be encouraging? The Bike to Brew is designed in a way that encourages moderation. Each suggested route has 2 to 3 breweries. There is a stamp card on the back of the brochure that will be used. Each stamp can only be marked after an hour has passed of their last visit. This will ensure moderation is being considered. During an interview, the Chief of Police in Renner Park, Brian Masterson, explained that he liked the concept because it is promoting exercise, the enjoyment of beautiful Sonoma County, and the ability to enjoy a tasty adult beverage. But at the same time, we don't want you to be overserved.
What is the sense of urgency of this project? The first one is the limited resources and infrastructure to grow. We know that if we continue like this will not be sustainable. We need to change the way we are commuting. The second one is preserving our environment. If we want to preserve our environment, we need to reduce our carbon footprint. And what a better way than riding a bike. So what is the strategy that we use for this project? So we divided it into 2 parts. The first one is education without repetition become entertainment. But the main question that we have to ask ourselves is repeated entertainment become education? That's exactly what we try to do with the Bike to Brew. If people are comfortable to do Bike to Brew, they will be more open to the idea to commute to work. And for this, we all use you as an example. Within the cohort, for the past 4 weeks, we have been trying to initiate the change. Today, 50% of the class came to class by bike. The big challenge was our teachers, and we are pretty happy about it. We convinced John Gard, which is our sustainable teachers, to come and bike with us. By motivating our teachers, we know that they will bring the proper education to our future generation. And that's how you're going to make sure that the change will stick for a long time. So John, if you can tell us a little bit more about your experience today concerning commuting by bike to come to the university?
Well, I live very far out in West County in Occidental, so I immediately thought, oh, that's impossible. I can't ride that far, and was going to say no. And then I realized, well, I could bring my bike partway, at least halfway, and ride from there. So it got me very excited to rethink of the way I commute. So I put my bike on the car and over by the freeway, parked at the park and ride, and got on and did all of my errands downtown on my bike and came to campus, and it was fantastic. And it made my whole energy change just by being here and riding.
And so, once now you had the experience one, do you think it's something that you're gonna reproduce? Do it again?
I'll do it tomorrow.
Let's stop the music and any other activity, and let's just focus on the picture. Imagine the Sonoma County with the same biking community than Denmark or Sweden. Imagine riding bike in a fresh morning with the sun on your face, enjoying the countryside. Imagine not being afraid of car traffic because you're not alone on the road. Sonoma County is already one of the best places on earth. People travel 1,000 miles to live here. Wouldn't it be worth it to just make it a little bit better?